Good evening. Well, turning this to black and white was the best that I could do to make it look a little less horrendous. I'm filming this with the photo booth app on Mac because I'm just sitting here enjoying a 1932 Malbec. Just kidding, it's 2017. Um, I was sitting here watching stuff on Netflix, and my camera is sitting nearby the little XT20 that's always with me, with the 27 millimeter pancake lens on it. And I went out and took some pictures with it earlier today. It's got a little grip here because the built-in grip is not protruding very far. This is a very cheap metal grip, and I always have thumb grips on my cameras as well. This was expensive. This is like 50, 60 bucks. On my XT2 I've got a cheaper one, but the expensive ones are machined really well. This slides in like butter, and it stays in nice and firm, and that requires an amount of attention to mechanics that the cheaper ones don't have, and so the cheaper ones have a little screw that you tighten them with. But for my XT20, I sprung for the more expensive one, and it's a pleasure because you do take it out when you use a flash, you do take it out when you use a shotgun microphone, you take it out when you use a audio preamp or whatever. So this is really convenient. But the combination of the metal handle or grip and the thumb grip on top makes this a single-handed camera. I just wanted to say really quick how much I appreciate this little thing and how actually I'm using it a whole lot more than my more expensive camera. And well, part of the reason is my more expensive camera, the XT2, and now if I was crazy, I would be going out and getting the XT3 because of the handful of amazing improvements it has, and I'm sure those are for real. The XT2 is decked out with all my video stuff. So the XT2 has a big lens on it, the 16 to 55 millimeter Dream lens. Okay, changing a lens is not a big deal, but it has the battery grip, and it has all the settings on video. And I mean, that's one of the things that have to get better. If you turn the selector switch on top of the camera from shooting photo to shooting video, you know what the dream would be, right? It would be that all your other settings would follow suit. So you could have your default video settings, f-log, your ISO, your shutter speed, whatever you've decided is the best for you for video, and it automatically would go into that setting. Well, that's not the case. Maybe it'll come with the XH2 or a firmware upgrade on the XT3. But my point is, the XT2 to me now is kind of my video camera. And I know I should still grab it and, make the adjustments necessary to make it the great photo shooter that it is. But the truth is, if you want to go out and take pictures in the street, you don't want to spend 15 minutes fumbling around with settings and then having to go back to make it work for video. So this is my answer. There's something about this so-called economy model that's just amazing. The fact that you can hold it comfortably in one hand is one thing. The fact that it has 95% of the abilities of the XT2 in this smaller package, amazing. And I had doubts. I should say this in my Meryl Streep voice. I had such doubt And it's the craziest thing. You have to stop listening to your weird, consumer voice that tells you these things. Um, I thought, wait a minute, this camera has an auto switch here. That means that's called an idiot switch where I come from, where the camera takes over. So how can this be anywhere near a professional camera if it even allows you to be an idiot? It should be highfalutin with its nose up in the air, and it should not give idiots a chance. You would have to be Ansel Adams to even begin to be able to handle a great camera. I've just never used this switch. I think I flicked it once or twice. You don't use it. It's as simple as that. The important part is it has all the controls that make this a really great camera. It's you don't have the aperture control on the lens with the 27mm pancake. That's not the camera's fault. You control the aperture with the little scroll wheel. I mean, how much worse is that, really? Use a different lens. Use a 35mm or any one of the almost any other Fuji lens, and you have the aperture ring on the lens. You have the shutter speed on top of the camera. You don't have the ISO dial like you have on the more expensive ones. Boo freaking who. You put that on the, well, I put it on the D-pad here. Now this is, did I hit the right one? Yeah, I put it on the left one. So there it goes. One hit on the D-pad, up and down to where you want to go. Dude, I mean, come on, right? I made another video about this camera, and I'm not gonna keep rambling on. I just want to say, sometimes you go for the affordable thing, and sometimes companies actually put more cleverness into the affordable things because they do want to still hold on to their reputation. They still want to be able to maintain an image, and they want to be seen as people who do interesting stuff. They just think of ways of clever ways of making it a little easier to implement, maybe a little less flashy. This camera won't impress anyone if you show up at a shoot or if you walk in the street. I mean, it doesn't look cheap. It doesn't look like a point and shoot. It doesn't look like a $80 tourist camera. But it's not, you're very unobtrusive with this, which is a pro and not a con at all. So it's way too late to hype this thing because it's already considered a model of yesterday. It doesn't have 2 SD card slots. I mean, right? Fujifilm X-T20. Most people hold it like this. The problem with that is later you have to turn the print around. If you want to avoid that problem, hold it like this. Easy. Simple solutions are often good solutions, is my point. And now let me check the audio. I haven't done that. This probably didn't record any audio. So you're getting, this is my new mime channel. Woo! Okay. This is the last part of this video. I'm going to put it into the premiere, and I will move it to the very end so that you can tell that I have Malbec, and so the XC20 is all I've explained, all I have to say. At this point,
I mean, what I was gonna say, don't spend all the money on an expensive camera. You give affordable camera. You do good pictures with it if you're a good photographer. Spend that money on something else. Take the old lady out for a nice dinner. And if you don't buy 12 XC3s, you take her on a cruise. Probably.